Today, to start out with, you will need a heart tracer. There is only one heart tracer per table, so that means you need to be a good citizen and make sure that you're sharing and taking your turn with the other people at your table. You will also need today a large piece of paper, and what you're going to do is you're going to place that heart over the top of it. I like to kind of center it, then I like to hold it down. I'm going to keep my hand in the middle of the tracer so it doesn't move around, and then I'm also going to use my pencil but on its tippy toes, which means on its tip, and I'm going to trace pushing towards the heart. If your pencil slips and it goes on top of the heart a little bit, that's okay. And you can see that didn't take very long, so everybody should be able to easily wait their turn for the tracer. Once I've traced my heart, I'm going to flip my paper over, and on the back top left corner, I'm going to write my first name, and then my last name if I can write it. If I can't write my last name, I'm at least going to put the first letter of my last name. Underneath it, I'm going to write down my class code. So if I'm in first grade in Mrs. Knabel's class, I'm going to write 1K and circle that. Now that I've traced my heart and my name is on the back, it's time for me to get started coloring inside of my heart. Now I'm looking for markers that are warm colors. So I'm looking for anything in the yellow family, the orange family, the red family, or we will also throw the pink family into this. So anything that is a shade of yellow, orange, red, or pink, I can use inside of my heart. Again, it's important as I'm working today that I don't take all of the markers, but that I am sharing the markers with everyone from my table. Now, I am going to color inside of my heart a little bit quicker and a little bit more whimsically than we sometimes do. A lot of times I'll say, oh, do a line at a time and color carefully. This time I'm kind of following the shape of the heart inside. Maybe you might want to do it a different way. Or I'm making like some kind of patches of color in here. I'm working hard to stay inside of my shape and not go outside. Next, I'm going to find another warm color and I'm going to start to lay the colors down. And in some cases, they will overlap a little bit. And you will notice as they overlap that they start to make a new color where they meet the other color. If your markers dried out a little bit, that is okay because it is not the final layer on what we're doing. However, what we do want to be careful about is not leaving any big white gaps where there's no color at all. Notice I'm more careful on the edge to stay inside of my heart. I do want to point out the color Primrose. Primrose is actually a warm color. It's like red violet on the color wheel, and red violet actually is a warm color. So if you see this one, you can use it. It's not part of the cool family. Sometimes I layer over where I've been already. Now I'm just going to take the pink, and anywhere where I see any big white spots coming through, I'm just going to overlap where that is, just so I don't have any of the white paper. My next step, now that my inside is filled with warm colors, I want to contrast that by putting cold colors outside of it. So I'm on the hunt for cold colors. Cold colors are going to be any green, any purple, and any form of blue. So see what you can find for cold colors. These are all of the cold colors that I found, so let's get started. What I'm going to do now is I am going to follow around the shape of my heart, and in a similar way I am going to go ahead and fill in around the background, trying to make it kind of grow out in the shape of the heart. When I get to this middle part, I'm going to change direction so it looks like the line's coming out from the center there. Now, do I have to use all of the cold colors that I have? I certainly do not. I could do it more as a pattern, but I like lots of color, so I am going to fill mine with layers and layers of color. It looks like I'm getting close to filling my area, but I still have more white space popping through, so I am going to continue to fill more color into my paper. So here is my completed heart example. You can see I've used the warm colors inside and I've used all of the cool colors on the outside, and I have really filled my paper with color. Today, when you're done, make sure your name is on the back of your paper, and then at the end of class, I'm going to ask the substitute teacher to go ahead and collect those.